There's not a lot of people in this world that I'm really interested in meeting. Maybe when I was younger there were some movie stars and that sort of thing, but as I get older that really doesn't impress me that much. And so I think about the people who, if there was anybody who I would really like to meet, it would be Norm Abram, who has done the new Yankee Workshop for 21 years on PBS. And in case you haven't heard the news, new Yankee Workshop has decided to pull the plug after its 21st season, which is now over. And I don't know, it's probably due to the economy, and they probably can't get enough sponsors for the show, something like that. But I'm really going to miss new Yankee Workshop. And anybody who's done any amount of woodworking knows Norm Abram. In fact, he's just Norm. Everybody knows Norm. I've got a picture of Norm in my shop. I'll bet you most woodworkers have a picture of Norm in their shop because he's a big inspiration. And the guy is truly a master at his craft. And he always grew throughout 21 seasons of that show. It was interesting to see how his skills and techniques would grow, and he would of course get the latest tools that were available, and I'm sure everybody was just envious of, I wish I could have some of those tools. I love that huge sander he had, this 5-foot long belt sander. The sanding paper alone in that must cost a fortune. But he never talked down to anybody, and he never said, you got to have these tools to do your project right. And he really made it clear that you can do any of these projects. It's not the tool, but it's the man, and it's the inspiration, and it's the craft involved. Because I can certainly sand with my hand sander and other things to get the job done. His tools were really about just doing the job quicker and more efficiently. One of the things I really liked about the show was that it never varied its format over the whole 21 seasons. It didn't get in with like HGTV type of camera work with the twisted camera angles and the zooms and the music playing, and none of that. It was just simply one guy over the course of 2 days building a woodworking project. And he really did those projects in 2 days. He would make one prototype of the project and then come back with the cameras and spend 2 days to build those things, which to me is amazing because it would take me months of weekends to work on some of those projects. And I think that is the essence of woodworking, and I think that's why a lot of woodworkers really responded so well to that show, is because it was kind of like us. We spend a lot of time solitary in the workshop, and it's a quiet show except for his power tools. It's just very quiet, one guy working and at the top of his game. And of course there's a lot of memorable lines from the show. Every single episode at the beginning, I always loved, he would always say, don't forget to wear these safety glasses. And I always thought, well, those are just your glasses. So I don't know, maybe he had special tempered glasses or something. And of course, measure twice, cut once, which was a really good thing to remember always in woodworking. But one thing he did, he expressed a number of times, is don't even measure at all if you don't have to. If you can make a jig that is the right length and you can use that to make repeated cuts, do it. Tape measure is never really that accurate over repeated times. And so I took that to heart. So anyway, there's a lot I would like to say about Norm, and I'd like to say to Norm. I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to just have Norm over for a beer and talk to him and ask him all sorts of questions and everything. I won't get that chance, and I seriously doubt Norm will ever watch this video. I'm sure he probably watches YouTube, but unless he goes ego surfing for his name and finds this video. And hey, if he does, hi Norm. But I really, and if I could say something to him, I'd just like to thank him, again for the show for 21 years to be doing that and to just never make me feel stupid, like, oh my God, this guy's so great, I could never do that, which of course I can't do that. But I could learn from the show, and I could take a lot of the techniques that he used and apply them to my own woodworking. And I don't know, I'm not really sure what else to say except that the show's going to be missed, and after this I'll never watch anything on PBS now, because that was the only show I did watch. I guess all there is on PBS left is bugs eating bugs, and maybe some sort of opera or something that just has no interest to me at all. So anyways, Norm, thanks a bunch for 21 years. I don't know who's going to fill that void. I don't think anybody will, because I don't think they're going to be producing another show like that. And I suppose the internet will have to fill that void with people like me making videos, although they're not going to be anywhere near that level of skill and craftsmanship. But you probably will be able to find some of that. And I just don't think on broadcast television they're going to have room for a guy like Norm anymore. So anyways, thanks, Norm, and I'm sure going to miss the show.